What's your position, Ted, on the Senate bill? We just talked to Senator Jeff Sessions about this, Alabama Republican, you know him, on this crackdown on Chinese currency manipulation. That is being taken up today, and it's something I've been focusing a lot on here on the Laura Ingraham Show. What's your position on that?
I don't support that bill. I understand the concerns about China, and I think we need to be vigorous in dealing with China, but I think it's a mistake to try to start a trade war with them. I think
Ted,
when you
Ted,
go
I can
down,
tell you, Ted, you're really smart, and I went to UVA Law, you went to Harvard Law, but you're killing me on this, dude, okay? The trade war is on, and we're losing it, okay? There's $280 billion trade deficit with China. And do your math, again, Harvard Law School, a lot smarter than all the rest of us, but do the math, go back 15 years, see where the trade deficit was. Do a study out about exactly what these trade deals have meant to the American people, the American family, and the middle class of this country. It's not about, it's not about protecting anything or a trade war. It's about holding China accountable for what China is doing that is completely without integrity and subverting the principles of free trade. And I'm telling you, you hang yourself on this free trade thing, I think it's going to hurt you. I think it's already hurt the Republican Party. And, for the life of me, I can't imagine why conservatives, seeing what's happened over the past 2 decades, maybe not 2 decades ago, but now seeing what's happened over the last 2 decades, how you could still say status quo with China is fine.
Well, let me say a couple of things, Laura. I have to say at the outset, anytime I'm in West Texas and it comes up that I went to Harvard Law School, I immediately have to observe I've got a lot to apologize for.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. I mean, I've never much liked people who've come out of Harvard, but you're one of the few I do like.
Laura, is most of the people who come out of Harvard are agreeing with you on this. The people that are pushing for this fight are people like the bill you're talking about is being pushed by Senator Sherrod Brown and Chuck Schumer. And in terms of the Republicans, you've got Republicans like Susan Collins and Olympia Snow.
Jeff Sessions, is he a big liberal?
Of course not, but I do.
Donald Trump's a big liberal. Mitt Romney's a bit liberal. Ted, you're on the wrong side of history on this issue.
Well,
you're singing from the Club for Growth hymnal, and it's a loser. It's losing in the middle of the country. I bet if you polled the people of Texas right now about whether China should be held accountable for what China is doing to cheat, and it's just a modest bill. This is a modest measure. It has to be proven that they're doing this. Then I bet the referendum throughout the state of Texas would be overwhelmingly in favor of this modest bill.
You know what, Laura? I am proud to stand with President Reagan in support of free trade. And I'll tell you what, the problem with, protectionist arguments, particularly when you have unemployment, they resonate because people are out of a job and they're ticked off. But who they should be ticked off at is President Obama and the unrelenting war on jobs.
Obama's with you on this bill. Obama's been with you. He's with you on this bill, Ted.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where he stands. But what I'll tell you, Laura...
No, he's with you on this bill. The administration doesn't want this bill, so you and he are on the same side of this issue.
When you start a trade war, it hurts our farmers, it hurts our manufacturers. In the great state of Texas, where we've got nearly 50% of the new jobs the country has seen, a huge portion of that comes from exports, and it comes from exports because we're able to get our goods in other countries. Mm-hmm. You look at the Great Depression, where we went and put Smoot-Hawley tariffs in place because people were worried about protectionism, and it hurt our economy and it killed jobs.
Okay, well, Ted, we love you on most issues, but on this one, you're killing us. But Ted is not only a good guy, he's a great family man, and I'll excuse the Harvard thing, but see, if you went to University of Virginia School of Law, you would have turned your head around on China by now. But hey, Ted, we're just we love to play with you on this, but it's an important issue. We'll continue to talk to you about this and a lot more. It's a heated primary in Texas, and Ted Cruz is he's a grassroots guy, but on this issue, I think he's going to run into some trouble.